Alright, boom. So I think I'm figuring out what like the internet is like, what the purpose of the internet is becoming, and like social media and all that stuff. All right, so um, I have some notes. We don't have a third space. We don't have a third space. We don't have the coffee shop and friends where we could just sit and kick it after buying some coffee. Of course, like you still gotta spend bread, but like we don't have that space where you could just kick it. You could say it's your friend's house or whatever, but it's like that's your house. That's like where you go to like chill out. Like could be a third space, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna be there every day, and it's like your house has different protocols than just like an ordinary like actual third space would have if you were just like all chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. So it's like yeah, it's not like a true third space. It's like it's the second space. It's the first space, and then work is the second, right? And then like a third space is just like somewhere you can go to kick it, like the park or whatever, but you can't go anywhere. Everything's trespassing nowadays, so it's like everybody feels stuck. And then they go to streaming because they go online, but then um, online is like super draining. So it's like then they go to streaming because streaming has become like the new third space where it's just like you could just kick it with people and stuff like that. Um, streaming, yeah, streaming is the third space. And then but in reality, people want a third space because it's just like, why can't you just chill online, or why can't you just chill at your house, or do whatever you want? Why can't you just like have a relationship at work? Obviously, you're working, but it's like, why can't that relationship at work sustain you? It's because there's a goal attached to it that isn't about furthering human connection. Um, People crave human interaction without a specific goal in mind, other than like vibes and personality, like and yeah, people just crave like human interaction. Maybe it's just like not even like y'all talking or whatever, and it's just like you chilling out maxing, but it's like just to be in the presence of another person. It's like that's what people crave. Like I think that's what therapy's all about, and like that's what talking to people is all about and everything like that. Like it's just about like you know, like fostering human connection or whatever. And I think it's like some of it's like to build creativity through just like shared experiences or shared hobbies or interests or whatever. But the shared interest and hobby that we all have, since it's all becoming uh like an amalgamation of like everybody's shared interests and hobbies, are all becoming one central thing because we're all just like forming into a worldwide melting pot, like online and stuff like that, and all caring about one or the other thing. um it's like we all pretty much care about one or the other thing nowadays. So it's like with a bunch of niche groups or whatever here and there sprinkled out throughout the internet, stuff like that. And then so maybe there is a goal that has to like happen, which is just like we pinpoint what it is that we all care about, because like nobody all cares about the same thing, but it's like we pinpoint, like what a third space could mean in the internet age. And so the goal to like share personality and life could probably be like share them through stories. So it's like stories and hobbies, and then stories, hobbies, and passions. And it's like you talk shit with your friends. That's you telling a story. That's you describing events or whatever that happened, and then like from a perspective that they might relate to because of a shared past experience, or like a common past experience or whatever. And since we all link up online, we say like, oh damn, we all must have grown up the same way or whatever, because I relate to this or whatever that you're saying about your past, or like whatever else in like whatever case. And so let me actually write this new one down. And I think a lot of it has to do with downtime, where you're not explaining stuff and you don't have a specific goal in mind to like change minds or whatever, and like stuff like that. And so it doesn't have to be super rigid or super like whatever. I think that's why people really gravitated towards streaming. I don't think it's just like, oh, this is entertaining or whatever, and it's like revolutionized like a platform that's been around forever, but it's like there's a new method to it. It's just like I don't think there's a new method because it's been around forever. It's just like since we're more online than ever, it's just like it's just like a safe haven, because like you can come on here and someone isn't trying to sell you a course, even though they might be, like, even though the platform you're on is gonna run ads and like try to get you to gamble your life away. Like you know like you don't have to do all that stuff. And once you go back to whatever you're doing, there's not going to be a specific goal from whatever you were watching. It's just going to be like a streamer doing something, but their goal is just like to share their personality and their shared interest. So it's like it feels like a third space, and it feels like, oh, let me get this ad out of the way. Like maybe you're at the coffee shop, and the coffee shop employee is reading the sign that says new lattes, new mochas, Thursday 4 p.m. Be here, be here, be here. And just like, all right, can this guy shut up so I can go back to talking to my friends or whatever. And like that's what ads are now in the streaming space. And so like, can this ad just shut up so I can go back to talk to my like friend? And then you can actually participate in like, you like chat and stuff like that. So it's like you're in the space with them. It's like it's a third space for online, which is like, it's the digital era's third space. And so we're craving a third space and human connection so much that it's like we have to find it by any means necessary. So like, how can we find it? How can we find it? I'm gonna try to brainstorm this right now. First, there can't be like the specific goal has to be one, no goal, just no, the specific goal has to be being in the presence of another human being. So be in the presence of another human being, and that's it. Y'all don't have to do anything. Y'all don't have to do anything. Y'all don't have to do anything. Just like, I'm here, you're here, we're here. All right, we did it. You know what I mean? We did it. I'm here, you're here, we're here. We did it. Okay, so be in the presence of another human being. And then a step up from that is this how they built society? Probably. A step up, no, they would build society by like fixing problems and stuff like that. But like, whatever. A step up from that is, I don't know. I think that is like the goal. I think that is the thing to a third space. I think that's what makes a third space. There's no other inherent goal except for just being in the presence of another human being, because of the possibility of a social interaction leading to something that's beneficial. But then what would be that thing that leads, what would be that beneficial thing that a social interaction could lead to? Having someone in your corner, having someone to cry to, so maybe to explain, like having someone to explain problems to, or like having someone to come up with shared solutions to conflicts that you both may be experiencing in one way or another. So you have to have something in common, or else you wouldn't be in the third space to begin with. Be in the presence of another human being, have at least, right now it's so like slim that it's like have at least one thing in common. But let's say if you really want to be somewhere you really want to be, which is basically just explaining what streaming is, because this is what streaming is. But if you really want to be somewhere you really want to be, have at least 1 to 5 things in common. No, 2 to 5. The next step from just being in the presence of a human, because we don't get as like a lot of that anymore, is have 2 to 5 things in common. Usually with dudes, you like this sport, I like this sport, let's talk about this sport. We have one thing in common. We can be in the third space together. We could be in the bar together, and I guess you could chill at bars. Yeah, there are some spots you could like, but there's very few. Like some people don't like to drink, like, and then like where do they go, right? Coffee shops, but then like you can't stay in the coffee shop for too long because then you're you know, like you're, what is it, loitering? Yeah, you're loitering, like whatever, like boo. There's no McDonald's playpen anymore. Like get your food and get the fuck out. Like come on, bro. So have 2 to 5 things in common. So I'm a human, you're a human, we did it. I'm a human, you're a human, and we both like this and that. So we're 2 humans who came together to talk about this and that. We did it. And then that's what streaming is. You'll have people who like play games, which is like whatever. Like streaming this is when a platform grows, when it becomes more than just like a niche, this is that thing, to like, oh, this can be a bunch of different third spaces. So it's like, yeah, we don't just like the game, like we like cosplay. Like let's take Emiru, like we like to game and we like cosplay. So we have 2 things in common. We're humans who came together, and this is our third space. This is our online third space. Okay, have 2 to 5 things in common. Be humans that are together. What's another one? Shoot, that's pretty much the meta nowadays. Have 2 to 3 things in common and be humans. Nobody likes an environment where they're shut down all the time. So be humans, have 2 to 5 things together. Be humans who are together, have 2 to 5 things in common, and be able to express yourself openly and only be judged from a loving space. Okay, cool. They didn't say it wouldn't include harsh judgment, but from a loving space, meaning the wanting of growth. So be able to express yourself openly and only receiving judgment or correction from a loving place. Okay. I'm a human, you're a human. We came together, we did it. I like anime. I like drugs. You like anime, you like drugs. I don't really smoke anymore like that. Fuck. I like anime. You like anime. We both like skateboarding. 2 things in common. I'm a human, you're a human. We have 2 things in common. We're together. We did it. We made a third space. The being together part is really important because like it can't be a space. It can't be like an inhabitable kind of thing unless we're together. It's not like I'm a human, you're a human. We both like the same thing, but we never talk to each other. We never come around each other. We're never on the phone together. No. You have to be together. So I'm a human, you're a human. We're together. That's the first one. We both like 2 things. We both have 2 things in common. That's the second one. We can both talk about, we're mainly going to talk about those 2 things, even though we could talk about other things that we may not have in common, but then like just the fact that we have those other 2 things in common, and I'm getting some of your perspective about life from those 2 things, from your opinions on those 2 things, then I could maybe be persuaded to like another third thing that you like, or like I could just want to hear you out because I like your opinions on the other 2 things, and I like your worldview, and then I like you as a person from your opinions on those other 2 things. So it's like be able to express, but like let's say just within those 2 things that you have in common, be able to express yourself openly about them and receive judgment or correction or criticism from a loving place about those 2 things. So in other words, be able to be yourself. Okay, this is our master plan to find a new third space in the digital era, whether that third space is online or physically, baby. Boom. Be humans. Be humans. Come together. Be humans in a place together. That's the first part of having a third space. Be humans. Be in a place together. Second thing to having a third space in the digital era. Have 2 to 5 things in common that you've entered this third space to enjoy together. Together. Main word, together. That's like the point of having a third space together. 3, be able to be yourself. Be able to express yourself openly while receiving judgment, correction, or criticism from a loving place. Meaning these people like you. Like they don't just want to tear you down, they actually like you. And yeah, so I'm a human, you're a human, we're together. We have 2 to 5 things in common, and that's why we're together, mainly. No, maybe the thing that should be the main thing about a third space is just having human interaction and just coming and just being in the presence of another human. I'm a human, you're a human, we're together in the same place just to be in the presence of each other as our main objective. 2, we have 2 to 5 things in common that we mostly talk about when we're together. 3, we can openly express our thoughts and opinions about these 2 to 5 things that we have in common, that we share when we're together, while being able to receive judgment, correction, or criticism from a loving place, so we like each other. And yeah, that's, at some point we go home, or if we don't want to go home, we get married. We get married. This is literally like figure out how to be a human. Yo, oh my god, we literally have to figure out how to be humans again. A third space was how to be a human, and they took it away, so they're trying to make us robots. That's a side note for another problem. They're trying to make us robots, literally. But whatever. They're literally trying to make us robots. But okay, cool, whatever. Be humans. This is what I do in my brain. I like try to like simplify things, even though like when I've broken it down, I try to simplify it. Be humans. I need the other page. Be humans in a place together just to enjoy each other's company. Parentheses, the main goal. Enjoy each other's company. Second, have 2 to 5 things in common that we talk about. Be able to express yourself openly and receive criticism from a loving place. Be humans in a place together to mainly to enjoy each other's company. Have 2 to 5 things in common to talk about. Be able to express yourself openly and receive criticism from a loving place. Boom. This is how to be a human in 2026. It's January. It's still the first month of the year. We still fresh. We still new. We still in here. Lime juice, baby. Okay. Boom. This is how to be a human in 2026. The big 2-6. And like this is how to like. This is third spaces. This is third spaces in a big 2-6. Third spaces. Be humans who are in a place together mainly to enjoy each other's company. That's one. That's one. We don't have to have shit in common at this point. We're in it. 2, have 2 to 5 things in common to talk about. I'm a human, you're a human. We have 2 to 5 things in common that we talk about. No, I'm a human, you're a human in a space together. We have 2 to 5 things that we talk about. Boom. Third space, chilling. This is being friends. This is how to be friends. Thirdly, be able to express yourself openly and receive criticism from a loving place. I'm a human, you're a human, we're in a space together. We have 2 to 5 things in common that we talk about. We yapping about these things. I can't get mad at you and blow up at you because you're gonna be reserved for the next time that you want to express yourself in this mode and fashion that we do about these things that we like. So I'm a human, you're a human, we have 2 to 5 things. I'm a human, you're a human in a place together. We have 2 to 5 things that we talk about, that we have in common, but within those things, we're able to express ourselves openly, and we're also able to receive criticism from a loving place. So I'm a human, you're a human, we're in a place together. We have a bunch of things that we like and we talk about, that we both like and we talk about, and we're able to dish out and take our different opinions and criticisms. So to make this pretty simple, if that wasn't simple enough, find someone you have something in common. Find someone you have a lot of things in common with, and who has the same temperament as you, who won't get offended by the things that you do, and who you won't be offended by. And then y'all come together and discuss those things, your opinions about them. Boom. Third space is in the digital era. Peace.